guys, for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Larissa. I am one of the coaches in the group. I wanted to make kind of an informational video for you guys for the beginning of our group to give you some information, some tips, give you a little bit of knowledge that will hopefully help you throughout this journey. So, sorry, I'm a little sick right now. But the main thing I want to talk about in this video is nutrition labels versus ingredients when it comes to clean eating. A lot of people have different ideas about what clean eating really is, and that's what this container system really tries to help us do. It tries to help us eat more whole foods and more actual foods versus processed foods, right? That's how you measure the containers out. So when I say that, when I talk about nutrition labels or nutrition facts, I mean this little thing right here that says, you know, the amount of calories that's in whatever you have, the amount of sugars, fats, carbs, all that stuff. I don't want you guys to pay attention to any of that because we don't have to worry about counting calories. And if you're somebody who has previously counted calories, that might be kind of scary, but I don't want you to worry about that. I don't want you to worry about calories. I want you to worry about what you're putting into your body, not how it's gonna count, except count with containers, obviously. So I want you to look at the ingredients of these things. So what I mean by that is that little thing that says what's actually in that. A lot of times I have people send me pictures of something and they'll say, hey, is this approved? And I'll say, I'm not sure, send me the ingredients. And they'll send me the nutrition facts. And they're like, well, it has this many grams of sugar. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. What is in it? Like, for example, one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to healthy eating or clean eating, and I want you to comment below if you are guilty of this, because I was too, is when you see something in the store or you see something that says sugar-free or reduced sugar, you think it's better and you think it's healthier, right? Like, because you want less sugar. So they took the sugar out, right? It's better for you. No. Biggest misconception ever. Usually, actually 99% of the time, when it says sugar-free or reduced sugar, they took the sugar out and they put in an artificial sweetener. So they put in aspartame or sucralose or something that is just not good for you. Something that was chemically made and your body isn't going to process it, and it can lead to all different kinds of health problems down the road. And again, having these things in moderation every once in a while is not going to kill you. It's not going, but you don't want that to be a habit. You don't want to try and stick to those processed things because that's exactly what they are. Hold on, she's not wanting to be born right now, so I'm just gonna hold her. So that's one of those. Same thing with fat-free. They took out the fats and they replaced it with most likely a chemical that is actually worse for you than the actual fat. So I want you guys to think about that, like when it comes to stuff being added in, like those little yogurts that have the fruit in the bottom. People like those because, you know, they're quick, they're easy, they're ready. But they are so much worse for you than just getting plain yogurt and flavoring it yourself. And that's what I want you guys to do, is I want you to learn how to make the healthier choices. Yes, it might take a little bit of extra time, but that's why prepping is so important. Like, yes, those packaged things are gonna be easier to grab on your way out, but just set one day a week aside and make little portioned out things of yogurt and then add in whatever fruit you want on the morning of. Like, that's so easy, and it's gonna make such a difference when it comes to how you're feeling, your health, your results, everything. You okay? Okay, sorry. So that's another one. So stay away from things that say sugar-free or reduced sugar or fat-free or anything like that. And if you check out the ingredients of those things, I'm almost gonna guarantee you they say aspartame or sucralose or something like that. And those are just not good for you. And if you're trying to lose any belly fat, artificial sweeteners make you hold on to that a little bit more. So that's just gonna hinder your results. Another one I want to talk about is like maple syrup. This is something I didn't know for months. I was like, I have maple syrup in my fridge, you know, just the breakfast syrup you buy. This crap was so expensive, so I was like, I'm not gonna buy that. Come to find out one day that I just go check out the ingredients, and the ingredients to the syrup I had wasn't even maple syrup. It was corn syrup with maple flavor. So it's literally made to taste like maple syrup. Like, I'm trying to be healthier. Like, maple syrup is totally approved. You count it as one of your teaspoons, but you don't want that crap. Like, if you look at the ingredients of this, ingredient, it doesn't even say ingredients. Ingredient, 100% pure maple syrup. That's all that's in it. Yes, this is expensive, but especially with portion control, this is gonna last forever. Like, this is gonna last months. Hi. Hi, sorry. So that's another one. Another one I wanna talk about is like oatmeal. So I don't have the box for these because I keep them individually to here. You don't want to get like those Quaker quick oats, like with the fruit and stuff already mixed in.
Mom, I want to see, Mom.
Okay, you want to get just plain oats or plain steel cut oats. Those take a while to make, so I get the instant steel cuts. The only ingredients in this are, it doesn't say it on here, but it's just steel cut oats, flaxseed, I think maybe barley, and then a little bit of salt. Yes, we're gonna try and avoid salt, but it's not gonna kill you. So you can add whatever fruit you want to this. You can add strawberries, bananas, honey to sweeten it, peanut butter.
Mommy,
What?
put the carrot there.
Okay. Same thing with peanut butter. Check out your peanut butter. A lot has added sugar. And the best way I try to think about this is it just has unnecessary stuff. Like all these things that have those extra ingredients, they're just unnecessary. Avery's joining the party. Say hi.
Hi.
They're just unnecessary and you don't need that, and it's gonna build up. If you keep doing those things, it's gonna build up and it's gonna hinder your results. Something else I want to talk about is stevia. So sugar is not approved on 21 Day Fix, and that's because white sugar and refined sugars are not good for you. They're not great. Some recipes you'll find might have like coconut sugar in them, and that's okay, but refined sugars are really, really bad for you. So if you need to sweeten something up, you want to get stevia. I personally like the stevia drops because you can control how much you put in there. When I would get the little stevia packets, I didn't use the whole packet because they were so sweet. But this is something I want you to know. For the first couple months, I was using the stevia in the raw packets, and come to find out, I looked at the ingredients, and one of the ingredients was maltodextrin. I looked that up, and that's actually an artificial sweetener that can be worse for you than sugar when it comes to like.
You like all the honey?
It's syrup, babe.
Yeah.
When it comes to like if you're diabetic or something and you're trying to like have a low glycemic index or anything like that, it can actually be worse for you than sugar.
Yours the honey?
So when you look for stevia, the ingredient is just stevia leaf extract. That's why I prefer the drops. I put this in my coffee. If I want to sweeten plain yogurt, because a lot of people don't like plain yogurt, put a little bit of stevia and a little bit of vanilla extract, and that sweetens it right up. Makes it better for you.
Is it better? Is it syrup?
Sweet Leaf is a really good brand when it comes to stevia, either drops or powder. And then I get mine at Sprouts. It's just the Sprouts brand. Again, this was like $10, but it's like to here, and I've had it for months. So, what else? When I want you guys to think about, or if you're wondering if something is approved or not approved, I want you to look at the ingredients. The things that aren't going to be approved are the things with artificial flavoring or colors or artificial sweeteners or stuff that you cannot pronounce. Like when it comes to your tomato sauce. What are you doing? No. When it comes to your tomato sauce, if you look in the booklet, it says tomato sauce counts as a purple, right? So like for your spaghetti, tomato sauce counts as a purple. That is because most of the jarred tomato sauces you're gonna buy, be careful, have added sugar in them. So they're kind of cutting or making it a little bit easier so you can still buy that, but just count it as a purple because fruits have sugar, so they're having you count it as a fruit. Now I personally, please stop. I make my own tomato sauce. You can find the recipe in the file section, and it's super easy. It's just like tomatoes, onions, basil, garlic, olive oil. And since those are the only things, those are all vegetables, you can count that as a green. Does that make sense? So the jarred ones, if you look at the ingredients, there are some jarred tomato sauces out there where there's only a couple ingredients. It's like tomatoes, basil, garlic, and that's pretty much it. You can count that as a green. You just want to stay away from the ones that have added sugar. And if you do get the ones that have added sugar, same with salsa, just count it as a purple. You can still have it. Now, one final thing I want to talk about is I don't want you guys to feel restricted. I know this can feel like you're like, oh my God, this is way too hard. I don't want to do this. Like you're trying to restrict everything. That's not true at all. It's really just about learning about it. Like be interested in learning about these, because I know for a fact that I thought all of these things were really healthy, like all of these cereals and granola bars and all these things that were marketed to look really healthy that I was filling in my house. Come to find out, they're really bad for you, and there's so many other ways to be healthy and not get those things. And especially for, kids, like I didn't give a crap about my health until I had them or her first. And I want to teach her how to learn to look at these things and what's healthy and fuel her body, not just feed it. And instead of being mad if you find out something's not approved, don't be mad about it. Don't say like, oh, this sucks, I can't have it. Be excited because you're learning new ways to live healthier, and you're learning new ways to help your family and help others. And something that you thought was good for you really isn't, or something like that. Like, just focus on it as a positive versus a negative, because let me tell you, if you are only thinking of it as a negative, you're gonna quit on this and you're just gonna go right back to your old habits. So focus on it as a positive, because it is a positive. You are learning, and it's a huge learning curve. This is not cold turkey. It's step by step by step. You're gonna get closer and closer to living a healthier lifestyle, and that's the goal. This isn't about fitting into a pair of jeans. This isn't about just doing a quick 21-day challenge. This is about changing your lifestyle and changing the way that you view food and your habits and all the things that you learn. So one quick thing too that I wanted to, I know this is taking forever, is with the calories and the ingredients. Think about it this way. If you have a banana snack, if you have a banana snack of banana crackers, please stop. And it is 100 calories. It's 100 calories. But then you have an actual banana that's 150 calories. Which one is going to be healthier for you? Yes, the banana crackers are 100 calories, but the actual banana is 150. Which one is going to be better in your body? Which one's going to give you more benefits? Which one is going to feed you, and which one is going to fuel you? So think of it that way, because that's the case with a lot of things. A lot of times, the healthier foods, the whole foods, are going to have more calories and more sugar than, you know, the artificial and processed foods. So that's just something to think about. We are so proud of all of you guys for even just taking this step. It's little by little going to take changes, and just stick with it. We're all in this together. I am miles and miles from where I started, and it's just taken time. It wasn't overnight at all. My first couple of rounds, I was using, you know, the yogurt with the fruit in the bottom. I was using the flavored oatmeal and stuff, but I didn't let it stop me. I learned, I adjusted, and I went forward, and that's what you're gonna do as well. So we are so excited to have you guys doing this with us. Please feel free to let us know if you have any questions. Drop a comment below with something that you learned or something that you're not sure about, or anything like that. Thank you for putting up with this.